Hello and welcome to Project Zomboid. If you're not familiar with it already, this game is about dying a lot. But not today, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a day of great triumph. Like, why the dog gotta bark, bro? I started by looting my spawn house and mainly looking for a weapon to protect myself. As it turns out, there wasn't shit in my spawn house, so I headed across the street to try to find some better loot. Dealing with my first couple zombies in the process. After clearing all the zombies on the outside of the house, I found a way in and took a bite of cheese out of the fridge before clearing the remaining zombies out of the inside of the house.
Nope.
One of the zombies had a digital watch on them, which was pretty key. I checked to see if the car outside was drivable, but there wasn't a key and I don't think I had any gas in it, so I had to keep looking. So I decided to continue looting the rest of the neighborhood to try to find better loot and hopefully a car. I got my pant leg scratched by a zombie trying to climb over the fence and decided the situation was too sketchy for me to be a part of and dipped. To the next house over, of course, because we ain't scared of nothing. I took care of the first zombie in the house and then grabbed a frying pan out of one of the cabinets, so I finally had a weapon against one of these things. And after clearing and looting the place, I set off to continue the journey for a car. The neighbor's house had a car that looked good, but there were a lot of zombies on the street, so I took my time and looted the house first. And Life and Living was about to play on the TV, so you know I had to watch that too. And I actually found the key to the car outside in one of the cabinets. And then, to my surprise, for the first time in the history of this game, I think I might have actually gotten lucky. The car had almost a full tank of gas, and the mechanics were looking good. So I looted the house more thoroughly now that I had a car at my disposal. But before I took off with it, I wanted to do a little bit more looting in the area. If you guys wonder why I munch so much in this game, it's because I gave my character the underweight perk, and I'm trying to gain some of the weight back. I stole a leather jacket off a zombie I killed to help with scratches. I walked down the street in an attempt to do some more looting, but quickly found myself in more trouble than I was able to deal with, and decided it was best to just run back to the car and take off to find a base. Now, after more aimless driving than I like to admit, I decided to finally whip out All Reliable and pull up the Zomboid map to find a good starter base location. And once I found one I deemed fit, I got my driving wits about me and set off towards it. Once I arrived at my humble abode, I parked the car and made myself right at home, checking the cupboards and tuning Life and Living in on the TV. After I checked on the house, I did some light organizing, caught another episode of Life and Living on the TV, and did yet more organizing. After that, I spent the rest of the night reading my carpentry book and doing some push-ups before heading to bed. I woke up on day 2 with the goal of going on some loot runs, so I quickly grabbed some medical items from the trauma bag, and in no time at all I was on my way to one of the local houses to find some more gear. I stopped at the first driveway I saw, and it was a little farmhouse with a barn in the backyard. I quickly got shellacking on the place, and before long I had a brand new hiking bag and an unwanted friend. I also found a hammer in the closet and decided to take all the sheets off the windows for my own house. After looting the house, I drove back to the barn to find out that it was completely empty and a waste of time to go back there, so that was cool. I then took the car down the road to the next house, which happened to be another farmhouse with a little barn thing in the back, and we got to shellacking on that one too. There wasn't much to be said about the house itself, but once I went back to this garage here, I found a crowbar, which will make a really good weapon, and I can finally throw out that old frying pan. Then I packed up all the loot into the car and headed back for the base. And when I got back to the base, I caught Life and Living on the TV, and it got me up to carpentry level 2, which was pretty cool. And then I decided to put all the curtains up on the windows.
What?
Then after that, it was back to the same old organizing. After finishing up organizing, I went out for another loot run before the end of the day. On the way to my next POI, I stumbled across an ambulance and decided to take the medical supplies from it. After looting the ambulance, I stumbled across a house with a police cruiser in front. And where there's police, there usually means guns. I was able to get a couple guns from the police officers I killed, and that'll definitely help out later when I want to get some aiming experience. You already know the drill. I packed up all my spoils and started up my trusty steed.
Huh?
The crowbar makes it so much easier to deal with multiple zombies at a time. I'm glad I found it. After looting the last house, I disassembled all the furniture for carpentry experience. Before heading home for the night, I stopped at a barn I saw in the distance and got some more tools. There was another crowbar in one of the boxes, so I would have a backup when mine eventually broke. I haven't lasted more than 2 weeks in a playthrough before, but I have a good feeling about this one, and really hope I can make it to winter, or at the very least a couple months. But I arrived at home, and it was getting late, so I didn't even unpack any of the stuff I'd got. I just did some exercise and went to bed for the night. But that's going to wrap it up for this first episode of Project Zomboid. I had a lot of fun making it, and I hope you had a lot of fun watching it. There will be more to come in the future, and thanks for watching. See you guys later.